Okay, I got 101 motors here. These are all from either washing machine controls, in dishwashers, and could be in microwaves itself. Any type of timers, electronic timers, um, barbecue rotisseries, anywhere a small motor is needed. That's just a small turning motor. That's what they are, basically a turning motor. So I have 101 here. Just gonna see what tools I need here. But basically, you want to end up kind of opening it from one end here. I don't really have enough proper tools that I usually work outside, but since the weather's been so lousy, ideally you want to just make sure one side is kind of open. Some will be easy, some will be hard. The end result is the back comes off, and then what you want to do is you want to pull the side out here. So this is one motor here. Okay. Some could have a lot of copper, some will have very little. Depends on the size of the motor. You can tell by weight. Some of the heavy ones will be heavy. That's like one. And then this is out of a stove timer. It's a little different. Might be hard to strip this one, I'm not sure. Or a normal one I strip. Makes it hard sitting down and doing stuff, if you know what I mean. So this is a little different one. We'll leave that one. We'll just say 100. These are all identical. That was just an oddball one. So ideally you want to, if you get the right screwdriver, this one's a little thick. You can get right in here. And the angle is not working. There's little clips on the side here. Tiny little clips here. You just have to open it a little bit. Plus I got a new pair of gloves on, so it's kind of awkward, if you know what I mean. I broke it into like a good pair of gloves that you had for a long time. Feel kind of restricted a bit, but anyways, that's the second one. Still a couple terminals there. Very little. It's hit and miss, right? Some will be really good, some will be really lousy, so it just depends. Sometimes you can get like yourself a thinner screwdriver, like an ice pick. You can go right in here, but since I don't have a handy one, all my tools are in my other garage. My favorite tools, if you know what I mean. Yeah, let's see if I can find a better tool. It's a little bit too tight. But ideally you're supposed to just go behind here, somewhat behind here, and just pry it out, but not working too good. Pass on that one for now. You might have to go look for a different screwdriver. This is a little thick. You want a little thinner one that kind of slides right in here. Yeah. Sometimes I will go like that and just crack it on a piece of metal, and it kind of separates a little bit. Since I'm working here on a table, can't do that, right? A glass table here. So ideally you're just supposed to open a small section of it like that. And then you go between here. Goes between the whole thing and pries out. soon as I get a new method, because I'm sitting down right, then it'll probably be easier, if you know what I mean. There's no brass contacts here, since I'm here. Pull them out. There. So I'm going to end up stripping as many as I can. Yeah, screwdriver's thick, but on the break I have, I'm going to get something different. There's a lot of low waste here, just a little bit of plastic involved. There's another contact here, a couple more. Brass contacts, you might as well pop them off. Since you're here, they're easy to come out anyways. But I might just get another container for metal. This is all metal, goes in here. Must be all plastic. See, pause. What are you doing? This one was an easy one. I'll take this off now since I'm here. Since I'm doing it by hand, some of that stuff I'd probably throw in the garbage, like those little contacts. I wouldn't bother, you know. But since I'm here already doing this, you can see the contacts here. Or not contacts, but the copper there. Usually they're full spools. Some of these are not that great. That's kind of what it is, right? It's hit and miss. Depends on what was on. If it was an actual mortar, like this is a little bit heavier. If it's an actual mortar for turning something, or is one for a timer. A timer one you don't need much for a timer, if you know what I mean. But you need for turning, like a microwave turntable, right? You want to get behind this roll here, if you know what I mean. So many gears here and different things. It's a tough one here. And it's pretty oily. Greasy, so you need a good set of gloves so you don't wreck your hands up, or your screwdriver could slip, right? Some of the stuff's been in the rain and the weather and stuff. It's been sitting for ages. So it takes them apart. It just sits. Oh yeah, this is a little bit fuller. If you can see, a little bit right there, quite a bit fuller. A little bit more. It all depends on what it is, right? If it's using mechanical force or just a timer. You don't need much of a mortar for a timer. But if you're doing a rotisserie for like a chicken off a barbecue, I'm sure you're gonna have a better mortar, if you know what I mean. Let's see if we can get a better screwdriver. Yeah, it worked there. Oh, this one's coming already. See that? That's kind of what you're getting. Yeah, this is just like hair. Yeah. Yeah, how fine it is. See, I don't have my other cutter here, otherwise my other cutter is better. I'll probably cut it better than this. This was too bad. Yeah. I have a little bit of tape here. But I'll probably take it off because it's a little bit hard with gloves on, especially gloves that are brand new. They're so stiff. But see that? It's gonna be number 2 copper. We'll just put that over there for now. But it's number 2 copper. It's not number 1. Here. So we're gonna see if we can weigh it up later. We can strip them all. Weigh them up. I didn't weigh the first result because I don't have a scale that weighs that right now. But I have another scale that's good for a few 4 or 5 pounds maybe. But so like I say, we're just gonna keep continuing. Let's find out what's the easier method. All you have to just open it just enough to get a screwdriver in there. Alright, let's see that. And then we're taking, like I say, we'll take these brass contacts off too. Since we're here anyways, right? It's not like it's taking extra time. Right here. You feel the grease, pure grease. So I'm going to actually put these up here, keep things clear. Normally I do this in my other storage, but since the weather has been so lousy and it's easier just to get it done. So I'm just turning it this way and it's kind of giving me a little gap there. Not a big one, but almost enough to get this thick screwdriver in there. But what I would do is I would line up, you know, 10 and bang, 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 and it just creates a little crack and they pop open. It's very simple. Since I can't do this on this glass table, it's kind of what you're going to see is, sure you guys might have better systems and stuff, but the end result is you only do so much in your living room, if you know what I mean. My garage is too cold and too messy right now to do anything, but it's majorly too cold. Even going in there, so cold. Fell apart. But a lot of people don't realize what these are. They see them on there, but they don't take them off. And you know, if you start taking, they do build up pretty fast. As you can see, look at my pile, how big it is. Deal with it later. I just too slippery, too greasy, if you know what I mean. See, one disappeared. These little places you can jam. Take out the first motor assembly where it has all the gears on it, and this one should just kind of follow right out. This, after all, you learn the tricks, right? I'm sure after 100 of these, you'll have a good plan. You know what I mean? There it is. So, like, if we just do the body of the two-piece part, like, inside here is like a little gap here. You can open that one first, and the next one just falls right out. Right? There's many ways of doing this, but it's up to you. It's a little different one here. The way the assembly is different. Some things might be too hard to strip without hitting with a hammer, if you know what I mean. It's just the way they're pressed in there and stuff. Okay, let me just do a little more here, and then end result is we'll try to weigh this up here, and then out of, say, 100, what the weight is roughly. I'll try to strip them all, but some might have to go just bang it somewhere else, not here. I'm going to my garage and bang it a bit. You know what I mean? Just so that I can get it stripped completely. Okay, stand by. Let me do a few more. Okay. Yeah, I've probably been at it for like 20 minutes, I would think. That's what I got left there in this. Some I have to hit with a hammer because it just, the way there's no way to put it in there. I have to tap it and it just somewhat cracks a little bit. Excuse me, this one here, the same. See, you can only crack this section, but you can't get the other section. See, they're pre-sealed. I mean, I could try twisting it, but the problem is it's just usually too much energy. I'm gonna find out which ones I can't do, put them in my garage, and tap them on the concrete for a second there and get them all. Looks like they're, and I think these ones got a little more stuff in them. There's quite a few that I might not be able to do like this right now. But like this one here, I had ice pick before. It made it easier. I can maybe tap something through here, maybe. I just can't. But no problem. Just keep plucking away at them. You just kind of have to go. Just give it a little gap like that. But it is really greasy stuff, and some of it was wet because it's been sitting in rain for ages and ages, and a lot of the stuff was sitting in buckets. And about maybe, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I pulled them out of buckets. But like it's good metal. It's little gears and stuff. And some are actually total different designs, like I've never seen before. They're out of the old school microwaves. Kind of in there, like in little clips in there, almost like a rivet system, but came out. As long as you can get behind these things. I'd like to take these off first. One broke. See if I can get between here, but a lot of times I have to go between this side here. And I get out on the other side of that spool, and it just pops right out. See that? I mean, it's just it's there, Every washing machine has it. Every you see them dishwashers, washing machines, microwave. You'll see them on any kind of like different timer systems. You'll see them on where the control panel is from your washing machine. That big dial. They're usually behind the big dial. Like they're all over the place. This one's even kind of a little hard one to do. But once I hit with a hammer, just for one, like bang, and that's it. It starts to crack, and that's all you have to do. I had an ice pick before. I can just go in there. I don't have one here, but when I use the ice pick, it's no problem. See, as long as you get just a little spacer. That's all you need, just enough to look up. I mean, it's a lot of copper, but like I say, it's still copper that's sitting there. You know, if you want to maximize what you can. Some guys will say it's not worth it, but you know, depends on who you are. If you're successful, you don't need it. Or you're just a scrapper that just part-time scrapping, this is the kind of stuff you can take home, go for it. Or if you have no time, you scrap the whole thing the way it is. You know, you just end up scrapping the whole appliance. But I personally like to say I take them off because I have a certain routine. I always take off the control panel for aluminum. Then I take this off to take the wire off. Same with the microwaves. I'll take the motor for the turntable out. Then I'll take the fan motor and I'll take the transformer. And I'll take the transformer off. There's also a transformer sitting on the circuit board side. A small transformer. So it's a routine I do, right? Take the wire out. I mean, sure I could scrap, you know, I can't scrap every little thing. Guys will say, oh, I missed a piece of brass. Well, who cares? I mean, at least I got majority of what I wanted off. I mean, it's time consuming certain things I can't do. Every little square inch of you know, recycling, right? I'll take the whatever is affordable for time wise, right? You don't have a job, you got no money coming in, scrap every inch of it. But you know, this is a sideline for me. It's a hobby, and I enjoy doing it, right? But I'm not going to go extremely overboard and you know, take every stainless steel washer, every stainless steel screw. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, you can do it. Do whatever you want on your own time, if you have your time, if you have the time to do it. Hope you're seeing a proper angle. Let's take this off here. Just something that's been sitting in pails. I figured, you know, I might as well tackle it. This is not making money sitting there. With copper being high, it's time to sell whatever's copper bearing. If you have the time, right? I mean, I can throw this in a bucket and sell it as a mortar. Maybe. Depends if they want to or not. Sometimes scrap yards don't consider these mortars because they're just so small, right? They want things that are big. You know, they don't waste your time for small stuff. It's too thick. It's almost got it, but it just doesn't want to do it. Yeah. I tell you, everything's just so greasy. And the gloves, like I say, they're not broken in, so they're actually right now, they feel like they're really clumsy. Like, you know, you have a pair of gloves, you break them in, and they feel good for, you know, these couple days. Like, I just put them on now, so they're really rubbery. But you can see, they're easy to do. Ideally, if you have a real thin screwdriver, half the size of that and half the thickness, it will go into the very smallest crack, and it's so much easier. Believe me, I had a better tool at the garage. It seemed to work a lot better than this, but I mean, I'm still doing it. It's not like it's not being done. It's actually a brass shaft in here, I think. Well, a magnet handy, but I'll have to check it. Sometimes he works better this way, but it depends. All you want to do is just give a big enough gap here to get that out. See that? And then your gap will be on the side here. So you apply this section out. The more you do, the better you get, if you know what I mean. Like anything else, you learn the little tricks of trade, right? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so I didn't do anything today, just sat home all day. Didn't end up snowing at all, but it was cold and lousy weather. I said I'll stay home, not go nowhere. I actually got 2 scrap pickups to do Monday. One guy's giving me a ladder. 24-foot ladder he's going to give me. One's got a heavy commercial pump or something, and some other stuff. I got stuff there before from them. He gave me some big machinery and stuff, so it should be good. So it's going okay. Let's see, I'm close to halfway here. Probably almost halfway, or less than half, but close to half. Okay, we'll check back shortly. Okay, here's a different kind of version one. It's had the gear here, but it looks different than the other ones, like the weight. That's out of a microwave for sure. See the difference here? This might be off of a washing machine or something, but see how it's built differently. But it's not any harder. Just gotta go like through here. All you're doing is just going around the outer edge and cracking open. Some of these clips are taken out. They're steel, so if it doesn't look like brass, I would just not grab it if it just has a steel color, because it's, or just check with a magnet first, because I rejected a whole bunch. Right. See, there's another one here. But you can always put a magnet on it later, right, if you know what I mean. See, it's steel. So I just want to show you on that one. It's going pretty good. Screwdriver's too thick. It's making it a bit of a pain, but it's kind of how to deal with it, right? But it's copper's copper. This one feels heavy. See, this contacts are brass. You can see it's got a brass color. Even when I'm doing switches on stoves and all that, I don't even bother if it's not brass colored, because I'm just noticing it's mostly steel. Your major contacts will brass, The rest of the other stuff doesn't matter. It's just steel. Yeah, I wish I had a better small screwdriver. That's a heavy one, real thick. It's got weight. Depends on the old school ones, were really heavy. All today's copper is so expensive, they're cutting corners if you can. I think what's happening is the timers are breaking down. It's not the washing machines are, the timers are breaking down. And then, you know, to get a guy in there to repair it and stuff, charge you $150 to repair, you know, the $5 timer, right? So that's why people are just throwing them in the garbage. They use it for 2-3 years, breaks down, goes to the garbage. Because they'll say, oh yeah, it's like $85 an hour, it's a 2-hour minimum, travel time, and then parts, and the next thing your bills could be $300, you don't even know. They scare you, right? They actually want to just sell you new. They say, oh no, just, we can sell you a new one. That's why all day long, you go to scrapyard, there's trucks, 5-ton trucks all day long, 5, 6, 10 loads a day, full of appliances, everything you can think of. And that's just from appliance companies. Then you have the city of Surrey driving all over, picking up stuff, like people are saying, okay, I got a broken this, broken that, and picking up stuff all day long too. And they're bringing their 5-ton trucks, you know, who knows how many loads a day. I'm talking about what I'm seeing when I'm going there. All day long these guys are running. So guys are saying, well, you could sell this, you could say, oh, sure, you could sell it, but people are, you know, stuff's being scrapped all day long for nothing. Gotta open that window one at a time. And the end result is, you know, only the rich live where I live. Like, it's rich people, it seems like. No, everybody's got money. No one's buying used too much. Very little. Seems like everybody wants brand new. Same with the furnace. Like I say, they're offering rebates for a furnace. I gave my brother a furnace. He's buying a new one instead because they give you rebates, high efficiency and installs and all that, and different government rebates. And they want to charge $1,500 to install a used furnace when you pay around $2,500 for a brand new furnace with all the rebates, right? And then you get a full warranty, high efficiency, fully installed. That's what guys are doing, right? A different style here too. So I think just the mortars on this side here, that's why it just didn't break down. See, this one I'll have to crunch. I think all these ones here, this one's almost a gap. There's a gap here. There's a gap here, no problem, see? Some of this, it's this thing here, it's holding it. Okay. Nice little wad there. You got the drift here, it's pretty simple. See, this is another one that's, I can't strip here just because I can't get in there. See that? It's the design they made. See, the lip is too low. So if I cut it, I might be able to cut it and just get it, but I think it's more too hard on your hands versus me just bang with a hammer, then it starts separating and then that's it. So you can see it's a good number I have to reject for now, and I'll bang it after in the garage and I'll show you. You'll see the difference. Less effort, if you know what I mean. I mean, it takes forever to get a pound of brass, but the end result is that, you know, it's there eventually. And most people get real anal on YouTube. You know, you don't take a little piece of brass and make such a big deal. Come on, It's just, you know, we're showing you a video, we're showing you basics, right? What you want to do, it's up to you guys. You know, I mean, I can't spend hours on one thing to strip. You know, I got other stuff to do. You know, I'll grab what's easy, big transformers, copper, wire, whatever is easy, but sometimes the small stuff have no time. That's why the stuff sat forever. Can't get in there. Okay, so I'm going to keep going here and get everything done that I can, and then I'm going to go to the garage, pound these out and I'll show you, and then I'll strip the rest. And we'll try to strip all this and see what we got for weight. Who knows what's here. Okay. Okay, so I ended up having, I think there's 38 left here that'll be stripped. This one I'm not sure if I can strip it or not. Probably not. This is, well, it's like more like a coil inside. Different than this. It's not really a mortar. Could be a mortar, but it's not the kind. I took the tape off these, so these are all ready to go. These ones all have to be smashed, so I'm going to put them all in a bag and then take them to my garage and find a location where I can smack them, just to crack them a little bit so that I can get my screwdriver in there, because right now I can't do it working on the table here. There's 38 total here, but this is what I got here, and this feels got weight. Not like that stuff, and to be honest, these ones here are very heavy. There'll be lots of copper in these. Be interesting to see how much weight we're gonna out of 100 mortars. So you guys can guess. You guys guess out of 100 turnstile mortars, out of microwaves, out of you know, it could be in dishwashers, washing machine, timers, and anywhere, rotisseries, anything will take a little mortar. Timers, mortars, whatever. Okay, let's get the garage, get it organized here, and then we'll strip a few more of these to see what the difference is between those ones. But these ones for sure, they got lots of weight. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, I got my anvil I found at a job before. It's made into like kind of, that's a railway track, I guess. Made into an anvil. So, let's see. There it is. Cracker opened. See how it just pops out completely? These are really heavy too. Kids' alarms all going off. Okay, let's try this bigger one here. Shut up. It's a little bit harder, this one. I have a problem with those. It's late right now too, it's like midnight. Strips nice though. This style anyways. This one's already wedged a bit. Shut up, come on. This one's tough actually. What the hell, this one is like, it's a different kind of timer, that one. So it can come apart. So what am I going to do? Okay. As long as I got a gap, that's all I need. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one here. Let me just get my vise here. Gotta figure something out here. Yep. A vise here, stand by. Okay, so I kind of limited to making noise here, but anyways, the best system I got here is doing this. Just put the screwdriver through one side, and it just pops it out. Taking off this plug side. See how it crimps to one side? Some of it doesn't want to go. Last couple here, so it's not so bad. Almost. Okay. Two more, so that's about it. Screwdriver's not handling too good. But this is kind of what it is, a cheap screwdriver, right? It's black epoxy. Not as good as some of those other screwdrivers that are heavy plastic. Okay, anyways, finish those two off and then that's it. Okay. So you finally got out of that cold garage. Some are pretty hard to strip. You've seen it. But anyways, managed to get them out. Just a pain. They're in there really tight. And you know, I can't bang like I would freely bang anywhere else. You know, it's nighttime, it's late. But yeah, this thing here is a problem. That's where it holds it right in there. But this one's definitely got way more. You can see it's got a lot of weight to it. So it'll be a lot better. These two are all going to be stripped now. But ideally, like I say, what you want to do is you want to, you know, bang them outside where you oops, we're flying there, where you can actually do, you know, I could have banged it on or even turn the vise really tight. You might even get it out, if you know what I mean. I can't do it there, so my vise. The vise I have there right now is no good. The one on the ground is not fastened. This actually was jammed for some reason. Needs to be fixed. So anyways, let me just finish all these. You've seen what's here. And then we're going to kind of weigh them up. We'll see how many it takes to make a pound first, then weigh the whole thing. You know, but just an average. You know, all the different ones. So we know what the average weight is roughly. Because, you know, I can't use all the heavy ones, and this wouldn't be no point, right? Just get a mixture of everything. I think that's what I come out with this thing here. It's an easier way to break this off. Okay, so let me finish the rest of these up here. And I'll pull all the little paper out and everything, so and then we'll start cutting some and, you know, starting to show some weights and stuff. Okay, so with this mortar here, I just want to realize here, just so you know, there's a little clip here. It goes, see that? You have to go like that to pop it off. See? And it comes right out. So there's a clip right there. See that? And it should just, the copper winding should come right out. So I didn't realize it until I started taking more apart, right? And you see all that kind of stuff. So we'll get one more with a clip. It's this style mortar, right? The clip is right there. See that? It comes right out. It's always a way, right? An easier way. Just kind of learn after taking a whole bunch apart. But okay, stay tuned on the totals and all that. Okay, here's your waste metal. It's all plastic. 35 grams of this, just over an ounce. One had 2 pieces of copper inside the motor. It's the only one I had copper. The rest is all the brass fittings. Did get 3 pounds, 3 ounces roughly. That's including that's total weight of copper. It was 51 grams for this. So I would say at least 3 pounds, maybe 2.5 ounces. Because of 51 grams to that container. But it was 3 pounds, 3 ounces, and 1/8 or something, or just a little bit over. But anyways, it's stripped out. 3 pounds of copper. It wasn't not a lot of money or nothing, but what do you do? That's what it is, right? That's what was it for? Oh, what was it before? Okay, I think it was like 374 times 3. So it's about 1150 here in material. But you need the right tools. You don't have the right tools, it's kind of like not worth it. You know, they're easy to open up, but these parts here, you have to use aviation snips. They work really good. I was using this other snips here, it took forever. Aviation just can cut it one shot in half, it comes off instantly. You can peel the sides off, but some are really rubbery, they don't peel. So anyways, took a long time for this, but in a good day, if they're easy to strip, it's at least 2 hours work here. I would say for sure. It took me longer 2 hours just because I'm lacking the tools here to do certain things. So anyways, that's the end result, is 3 pounds. It's not bad. It's still recycled, right? I mean, this could have been maybe like, it's actually pretty heavy. It was probably that's 3 pounds here. That's probably 10, 12 pounds. So it's probably 15 pounds total. So say if I stripped it this way, what, 15 pounds. So it would be what, 34.34 times 1.5. It would have been $5 for this unstripped. So I doubled my money, $11.50. So $11.50, and then $5, hopefully. So I made it about $6 basically. So it's not, to be honest, it's a lot of time consuming, not really worth it. If you did a couple at a time, but not a whole bunch at a time, just too kind of time consuming, but 2 or 3 here, 2 or 3, something else, that's thrown into your bucket's okay. But for me to do that in say 3 hours, not worth it, to be honest, for all that time. But still recycling, right? That's how I look at it. It still is copper at the end result. Okay, so we got roughly 3 pounds out of this, out of 100. 3 and maybe an ounce or something, but say 3 pounds to be safe. Got a lot of garbage here. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like. As always, have a great day. Thanks for watching.